You want to?
That's the YouTubes. Go on, Adam. You were saying
because we've not chatted or chatted, depending if you like pronouncing your T's. In what feels like fucking ages, mate.
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
I was going to ask, like, what have you done in that time frame, or since we've last chatted, that is just like fucking great?
The fact that you said, like, I'm not going to reveal anything because that would ruin my next story.
Okay, like,
I was just saying to Hannah, like, what I'm going to tell you next time is the same level of weirdness as New York.
Oh,
If not more surreal. But as you were.
And if you want to see Mike's New York story, it's on our YouTube channel. I couldn't tell you what episode it is. I don't watch them back.
It's really early on in the before time.
I think it is, yeah. But anyway, it is there if you want to watch it. So find us on YouTube. Right, folks. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Hey!
Adam, are you upset that your question didn't get answered?
Just no one answered it. I'm really
We were incorporating that into the...
Okay,
Sure.
right.
Sure.
Right,
Is this
okay.
a good
I'm
idea?
adding it in. What have you done?
Yeah, add it.
since
Yeah, just
we
because
last met?
I've missed you, pricks. So.
Oh, he's got
I know
Okay.
what you've been up to.
He's got heart.
I've got.
Here's what we're going to do tonight. I have 16 questions. The vast majority of them have come from Hannah and Steph.
Because we did the homework.
Because
Adam?
sisters are doing it for themselves.
I have contributed one very poor question. Adam has done the gold. Let me tell you, he's gone surreal. Mikey couldn't be bothered.
To be honest, it wasn't really, like, I looked at the chat, but it sort of just didn't.
I thought I had better things to
You
do.
had more important shit to do, to be fair.
Well, I mean, the reason why it didn't register will indeed become clear.
Oh, he's going to
now-
start playing that card all the time. Sorry, I couldn't.
Honestly, when you hear about the
chat
week I've had,
I
when
couldn't
you hear
do
about
it.
the week
Chat was
I've
up some
had,
steps. It
you
just-
will completely.
I don't think anyone heard what Adam said apart from me.
I heard the last word and had a good guess.
Adam, you fiend.
Right,
It's 7:35 and we're already awful. So
right.
Uh,
So listen, I have got 16 questions, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get through as many as we can.
a little less 16 candles. What?
Someone in the chat, put up a number between 1 and 16. Go. 1 and 16, chat. And I know there's a delay of about 10 seconds, so we've just got to wait. You know what I mean? But anyone in the chat, anyone. Oh, 11. Right, question
Good
11.
number, H.
Question 11 comes from Steph.
Oh, God, what did I ask?
What's the lamest thing you've broken up with someone over?
Oh.
Oh, here we see.
Who wants to go first?
Here we see who's the most terrible person.
I mean, because are we talking like real relationships or ones that happened in secondary school?
Interpret it as you see fit.
I mean, in terms of, if you want to give me one of both, that's great. Because
I mean, I've not really got a reason why a real relationship ended, because I'm not, like, for terrible reasons, because I'm not a dickhead. But
I am.
I mean,
it's not terrible reasons. It's
But,
just
like,
what's the lamest thing you've ever broken up over someone?
The latest
I've got one.
for Christmas, my girlfriend in like year 9 got me a Lynx pack, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Links.
Like just Lynx like Christmas like boxes your
like
grand
from
gets, because yeah, I was like, "What the fuck this shit?" I'm out. I just was like, I actually got it and went, "I'll buy then." Like pretty much like the same day, I was like, "This ain't working." Do you want this back? Do you want this? Take this.
I mean, and we sat here calling Hannah a Tory.
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't
Yeah.
because it
Oh,
was.
I wanted Penhaligons instead.
It wasn't because
Can
it
I-
was what. Actually, it was because it's just a shit gift.
Yeah, that is a shit.
No.
gift.
I mean,
No.
you got given a gift
Yeah.
out of the emergency box of spare gifts.
Yep.
Yeah.
You really did.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Who are you people, and what have you done with people I would call friends?
Why?
I was bought like a Lynx gift set when I was younger by a significant other, and I was very, very happy to receive it because I'm not a dick.
To me, it just
Well-
feels a bit like, you smell. Here's some things to stop you
Oh,
smelling.
Yeah, I don't like being given bath stuff for Christmas. It's really
I'm not a
offensive.
fan of smellies. Also, she was minted as fuck. So
Oh, yeah.
So you wanted a Lamborghini.
I mean, Dave, who doesn't want their other half to give them a Lamborghini?
I mean, the insurance would be really
You
expensive. on
sell it straight away. You're like, oh, that's lovely. It's so thoughtful. Oh,
No,
I lost
that's
it
even-
I
yeah.
lost it on eBay.
Exactly, that's even worse. You can't just go, oh, you've bought me a Lamborghini. Right, I'm selling that immediately. And then I'm going to buy something that I really want.
Yeah.
Somebody once brought me for Christmas a pair of training socks, like running socks.
Running socks.
Like, Mike, what
I
did
am
you
not as
do?
bad as that person.
You probably are, Adam.
I probably.
They bought you trainer socks.
Yeah, like the socks you know.
Had these people met you, Mike?
Like in
Yeah,
person.
I'd know.
Didn't
I'd known them for years.
I know. We're supposed to live in a world where we treat everyone equally, but
Exactly,
you know,
but
right? That's
sometimes,
taking it a bit too
like-
far.
Yeah, and me and everyone else in the friendship group were like, "Why has he brought you training sock?" I don't know.
I really don't know.
That's my weird, probably the weirdest gift I've ever received.
That's amazing.
Now, what's
I hate
amazing is that wasn't the question we asked.
No, but I do like how this is how
But I
it's
like how it's twisted, and that's what this is all about.
I'll tell you the weirdest reason why I broke up with someone.
Oh, yes,
And,
we know you will.
Like, as it was my question, and I was thinking about it the other day, and this person just happened to pop into my head. They breathed too loud.
I mean, that is
They
very you.
breathed. Like, they... Kid you not, it was... when they breathed, and I was like, I can't physically be in the same room as you, so we can't ever see each other again.
What did you tell them?
That I didn't think we were right for each other.
This is the
Which
question
is
now, this is the
true.
question.
I
Okay.
didn't feel he'd be alive much longer if he continued to breathe that loudly in my presence.
This is the big question. If his breathing was normal level, would you have still been with him?
Probably not.
I feel like it was indicative of like other things.
I feel like he was
that had
annoying
got
enough,
to
or
you.
he was boring enough for me to be able to concentrate on his breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, the fact that you could hear the breathing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
probably something.
If it is that quiet, I can hear you breathe. We are not having good conversation.
Yeah, this isn't flowing like it should. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't. I think I've only ever ended one relationship.
You've been the dumpy.
I've been the dumpy. However, there was one point where a girl I was seeing at college, I had really long hair at the time, and she said, "Would you cut?" yeah. What's up with that, Steph?
I just
I mean, I can't.
I have to see this immediately.
It's like being
Yeah.
younger,
just
well, it's
all
just
sort
wrong.
of sit in silence
It was
and contemplate.
it was the
for
late
10
'80s, early
seconds.
'90s.
Please tell me, did you wear trench coats as well?
No, I didn't
It
wear
was
the
the
trench coat.
grunge era. That was a
There's
thing.
no way I could have afforded a trench coat.
Were you? I thought Were you a Hawkwind fan at the time?
Mike, I have never been a Hawkwind fan.
What about Marillion? Were you a Marillion
And I've
fan?
never been a Marillion fan either.
Yeah, who were you trying to emulate with the long hair? Because every boy who grows long hair is trying to be somebody else.
Twiggy.
Eddie Vedder, I bet.
Well, Eddie Vedder didn't really. Well, I know that he did go through a phase, didn't he? Of I don't know. Actually, I don't know. When I grew my beard, I wanted to grow a Zach Galifianakis beard. But I have ended up with more of a Dave Lee Travis, if you like.
John T has suggested Fatima Whitbread.
Fatima Whitbread. Yeah. Anyway, I had really long hair, and she said if I said cut your hair off, or we've got to split up, would you cut your hair? And I went no. And she said,
"Oh, that wasn't
no. She said, you know, why does your hair mean that much? And I'm like, it doesn't mean anything to me. But if the only thing that's keeping the relationship going is the length of my hair, it's not worth being in.
Oh,
she dumped me not long after.
I mean, Dave.
She probably sat there going, pretentious dick. Yeah.
There was also a point where an ex-girlfriend had her car broken into, and again this was late 80s, early 90s, and Mike's gone. Unlock the room so he can get back in.
Unlock the room.
This was like 80s, early 90s, and they did the typical late 80s, early 90s thing. They stole the radio, and they stole all the tapes, and they stole, you know, she had a car jack under the seat. They nicked the car jack and that stuff. The only thing they didn't steal was her Jason Donovan tape.
Oh,
and I found this hilarious. And we split up not long after.
Well,
that is funny though.
The very fact that she owned Jason
Believe
Donovan tape is proof enough that you made the right choice.
Yeah, and I had long hair at the time. I was listening to Marillion. Right. Pick a number between 1 and 15.
Wait, I didn't do
We've
mine.
not heard Hannah's, and I get the feeling that Hannah's might be the chunky one.
I once split up with someone because I'd only been with them a couple of weeks, and I realised that every single time that I saw them, I got so drunk that I couldn't remember anything. And I thought that was a bad sign. And so I went to their house for a barbecue, and their friends made fun of my shoes, and I left and didn't speak to him again. I was wearing these beautiful shoes that were like beaded, like...
I would argue they weren't beautiful shoes.
They were beautiful, like beaded shoes, like that I got from this Indian shop in Leicester, and I was like, oh, "These are really cool. I'm gonna wear these." And his friends like relentlessly took the piss out of me, and I just left and never spoke to him again.
Oh.
So my shoes ruined that one.
Do you reckon he still thinks you're going out?
Maybe. Yeah.
She's coming back. She's coming back. I have messaged Mike to see where he's gone. Hopefully, he's probably like, you know, he takes a while to connect through dial-up, doesn't he?
Bless him. Yeah, he's got to go through the
the AOL loading screen. Okay.
Oh man, that brings back memories.
Chat. Give me a number between 1 and 15. Chat. Come on, chat.
A number chat. But not
while you're
number
doing the
11.
number, read out what John T's has written because I like it a lot.
So John T, we've got number 4. Okay. John T has just written, I once called a date short because he'd said very reasonable prices in a dull monotone 3 times and not much else.
Very reasonable prices.
This date also took place in a Little Chef. Please tell me.
Very reasonable prices. Very reasonable prices.
This is a sensible question from Miss Hannah Platts.
Oh,
I can't remember what I said, so this is exciting.
It's not exciting, it's sensible. What 3 things are you looking forward to doing when the world is okay again?
Okay. hug, 1448,
Yeah.
a proper one.
1448.
Hugging people, like I want a group hug, like a cuddle puddle, and probably going to the pub for a whole day and having people come in and out and playing pool and just having a pub day.
Yeah. Yeah. When me and Rob Kemp used to do that Anarchy comedy night, we stopped doing it and then we started again after about a year break. And we started the first night with a massive group hug of the entire audience. And it was brilliant. It was absolutely wonderful. The entire audience got into a big group and just like, hey. And I'm not, it wasn't like a typical comedy gig, 2 people. There was like a good 50 there. And it was wonderful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I lost my wallet.
In the group hug?
It's not.
I was really scared what you were going to have lost in that group hug.
So I lost my virginity.
Yeah.
I'll go with you there, Adam. It's 1448 and hugging.
Nah.
What are you gonna do? What are you looking forward to then, Steph?
Like the hugging bit, like I could never hug someone again and be okay about it.
Yeah, that's because you have no soul. But
Well,
You are
but like, I'm
heartless,
looking
heartless.
forward to. I've just noticed that my cat is just chilling out on the floor in the corner because I'm ignoring him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to being in the same room as you lot again.
I didn't mention this. Oops. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to the pub all day, and I'm looking forward to going on holiday with my family. Like, because we were all, the massive load of us were supposed to be going away at Christmas, and obviously now it's been cancelled because we should have locked down sooner, Boris. But so we aren't able to do that. So I'm really looking forward to the
But
time.
you did have a little holiday. You did have a little holiday.
We did. I did go on a little hollybob and nearly got blown away to sea.
Out where the
The
cruise
videos
ships
you
live.
sent were the best
Honestly.
thing ever. It was like...
And you know what the best of it is? On the Wednesday was like the only really dry day that we had. So my mum and dad were like, let's walk from Boscombe to Bournemouth. And I was like, that sounds great. I'm going to put my sunglasses on because I've preempted a problem. And my brother and my dad were like, what a dickhead, it's cloudy. Why are you putting your sunglasses on? Till we got down the seafront. And my brother was walking like this because sand was blowing in his eyes. And I was trotting along the yeah. So
just laughing away.
I particularly like the photo that you sent the group chat that we're in of Tom, the legend that is Tom, just sitting there with a pint going.
Oh yeah, that's his I'm really enjoying it face. Like wherever we go, he could be having the time of his life and he's like, honest to God, he could just have been presented with £1 million check as he's ordered his beer.
I love it.
What I enjoyed most about your holiday was the rundown of what you were doing every day, which is just we had breakfast in a pub when we got there, and then we had brunch in another pub, and then we had to stop off at another pub anyway, and then we had lunch in a pub, and then we had afternoon tea, but we didn't really have tea. We just drank, and then we walked a bit more, and we found another pub. So we sat in that pub, and then I can't. Where's the keys? Wait. And then pub.
The one thing that did make me giggle was obviously my parents' cruise got cancelled, and my dad bloody loves the cruise. He watches the cruise channel non-stop.
Cruise channel.
That sounds.
Cruise
The
channel.
cruise channel sounds like a specialist interest channel, if you know what I mean. Like
It's not.
Oh.
There is nothing interesting about it.
the cruise channel. It's like the TV
yeah.
version of Grindr.
No, not when you see the presenters. But like so.
Hello, welcome to Cruise Channel. We're on a big boat.
So we'd like put this thing away for your birthday, and then obviously we got there. There's a lovely view out from our flat, and what can you see? Moored out far at sea, like 4 or 5 cruise ships. And my dad was like, there was a point where I was like, he's gonna get in the sea and try and get to one.
Were you there going, is he enjoying himself, Mom, or is that his bad face? I can't tell the difference.
Oh,
I can't tell. Yeah,
It's like the Great Gatsby where he's like looking out trying to get to the green light representing his dreams and hopes. So I want to go on a cruise ship.
yeah. He was sat there one night and he went,
Oh.
there's probably only a few crew on there.
Oh, just
As someone
looking out to sea.
who's got friends working on cruise ships currently, yeah, they're loving it.
Yeah,
They're
I
like a
bet they are.
skeleton crew just sat in the Bahamas somewhere going, we can't do anything. Anyone want to play quotes and drink all day?
Can I just say, Mikey has said the whole house has gone down.
Does it mean the internet?
I'm hoping it means the internet and not the roof. But hopefully he can get back on. If not, we'll carry on. Hannah, what are you looking forward to doing?
Hugs are number one. Hugs. I miss hugs with every particle of my being. It's driving me actually insane. I'm gonna hug you so hard, and you're gonna hate it, and I'm gonna love it. I am looking forward to having a haircut because I don't know what the fuck this is anymore. And I've been cutting it myself. So that's why it's really uneven. And I am looking forward to like what I really want is to like just pop somewhere on a whim rather than have to plan like, okay, so I'm going to Tesco today, so I need to take my anti-bac and my mask and my thing and blah, 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 and I need to make sure I blah, blah, blah. I just want to be like, I'm just going to pop in there and buy one thing and then leave. And I'll be like, oh, and I'll just feel really like, oh, perhaps I'll get a coffee on the way out and my hands won't taste like anti-bac while I drink it. Yay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to eating snacks when I've been in the supermarket that don't taste like anti-bac. Yeah. Thanks. Because I accidentally bought one that's tea tree flavor and it is strong. So I'm like, whoa.
Okay, chat. A number from 1 to 14, please, if you will. Chat. 1 to 14. 1 to 14, chat.
Allowing through these.
14,
please.
Oh.
Check out 14, please.
A question from Adam Unwin.
Oh, is this one of the golden ones?
No, this is the one we put on at the start of the show. What have you done since we met?
Oh, I can tell you mine because I did 1448 last week.
Yay!
Oh, yes, they were doing the...
So we're doing, like filming. So I filmed a little play with just 2 people socially distanced, covered in anti-bac and having like fresh air breaks and stuff. But it was like so good because I got to like do acting in a room with another person who was also acting at me. And I haven't done that for so long. So that's what I've done.
What was you playing? Because it's 1448. I have tortured actors in some of my.
Yeah, I had to play 2 different characters at the same time, which was good. Challenging. We didn't have a director because of a misunderstanding of timings, etc. So it was literally just the 2 actors being in a room like, cool, we're gonna make a play. Yay. So that was hard, but we did it. And so they're gonna show them on Friday the 20th and Saturday the 21st of November.
Yay.
For free on Facebook. Yay.
Yay.
So
that's mine.
Steph?
I went to Bournemouth.
Fucking sweet.
We've gone through that.
And then I went to work.
Yeah, I've done a lot of work. I have. Fuck it, we've only got 4 viewers, so it doesn't matter. I got a gig, for later in the month. I am the poet in residence at an international professional development conference.
What? Why does that have a poet? That's
That's
amazing.
so cool.
But why is there a poet?
You know what?
Do you know what? That's a good enough answer to me. Don't care. It's been answered. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I can't think of a reasonable response to that. So yeah, I agree. That's badass.
Yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it? I'm genuinely excited by it in a way I haven't been excited by something in the past. Because I think it's like, in my own head, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so exciting. It feels like I've picked up a musical instrument that's completely unique. And I can do anything.
Oh my god.
That's
so exciting.
It's like, has anyone ever used a theremin?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
You know what?
I
You
don't
know
what
when
it
you
is.
right? A theremin
Yeah.
is a musical instrument you do not touch,
Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
and it's like, I feel like I'm about to use a theremin.
You're like,
I'm genuinely excited. They'll also pay me an insane sum of money.
nice.
I
That's why
There
we
it
go for
is.
corporate money.
mean,
Yeah.
bit of the corporate.
That's
But
where
yeah,
the
I'm
money
really,
is.
really looking forward to it. So yeah, other than work, that's what I've done.
Adam.
448, which was great. I was able to, because I was with people and we had a camera. I was able to film like a little short film with them. It was fucking amazing. Especially as I've never directed film before. That was a learning curve. I kept thinking in my head, what did Dave say? What did Dave say? Don't be a prick. That's what I'm gonna do. And also, I've started doing. I did a couple online improv like stuff, and I hate online improv. I think it doesn't work at all. But it was short games, and they were very games that would work. And I accidentally said clunge, so that's fun.
I know you, Adam. I've been in a 1448 play with you. I
There's
can't
no
imagine
accidental plunge.
there is no accidental plunge.
That's what
No,
I
it was 100%. I meant to say plunge, and beforehand I was talking about something clinging to their skin, and the words were in my head still, and I just went cling, plunge, and then I had to explain to a group of Americans what it was.
Oh,
And this was after we had to explain to them what a bell end was, because apparently that's not a phrase they use. And the only way I could think on stream to describe it properly was to say, it's something that if you were to visit or wade through, you would wear Wellingtons, as in the phrase, put on my wellies because I'm knee-deep in clunge. And I just went, why am I saying this?
What are you, like, put down the shovel, Unwin. Stop digging.
Oh dear me.
I've not used the word since I was like 17, and it just like said like 4 times in a minute. It was horrible.
Jonty has just put hideous. Yeah.
It's truly hideous.
Yeah.
It's truly
It makes me
hideous.
feel a bit sick.
Chat number from 1 to 13. Unlucky
see, I
for some.
quite like the word. Plunge.
You would do that, wouldn't you? Don't say it. Just say
You
it.
just really revelled in it when you said it then. You were like, clunge.
Look directly into camera.
Yay!
I miss you so much.
You just
I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant.
What have you been attacked by a bear?
Yeah. I had to sleep in it. He's got really green eyes. Oh my god.
You've just come in as a new question's been asked as well, Mike.
Oh, exciting.
So we've gone for question number 8, and it's from Adam. Ducks, what makes a better noise?
Can I just say this question has to be asked this? It has to be asked this way. Ducks, what makes a better noise? Just
better noise than a duck.
imagine it in John Sessions' voice. There you go.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
What makes a better noise
Than ducks.
than
Oh,
dogs?
oh no, that is a duck.
John, can Can you clip that, please?
No, I was gonna say because
If your answer was about to be rubber duck, then
there's a kind of duck that makes this amazing sound, and I was like, "Oh yeah, eider ducks," and I was like, "No, that's a duck," but I said it all out loud. I meant to say it in my. But let me tell you, the best noise ever is a load of eider ducks all together because they go like this. Ooh. Ooh. As if they've just seen something mildly like filthy.
Is there any connection to Eider Downs?
Yeah, it's where it comes from. Yeah,
Yeah.
those kinds of ducks.
Are eider ducks the like neighborhood watch of the avian world?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah. They're all like
Wow.
Barbara, and they're like, ooh.
She's got the curtains. Ooh.
Can I? Okay, I see you, duck, and I raise you, wood pigeons.
Yeah, I mean that is a good noise.
oh no, that's annoying.
Wood pigeons are like early summer's morning.
Go on then. Yeah, hang on. You do the version of the wood pigeon, and Hannah does an eider duck. Which, by the way, do all eider ducks have a Welsh accent?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Gladys, I see you got yourself an eider duck. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, go on. Do your wood pigeon noise, Mike.
They're so sarcastic.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm having internet trouble.
No, because now what we're doing is we're comparing a Welsh eider duck to Mikey's wood pigeon, which isn't necessarily what we were supposed to be comparing, is it?
Yeah, that's true.
Just Mikey said that a wood pigeon's noise was better, and I
Can we
am
leave my
saying.
wood
Can
pigeon
I
out,
just
please?
say?
Thank
Can
you.
I just say? John T has come in to the chat with an absolute scorcher of a noise that's way better than eider ducks or wood pigeons, which is the sound of a dog barking in its sleep.
That sort of.
Oh. Yeah, that's a really
Which
good
is
noise.
An awesome noise.
Yeah.
Can I ask the cat owners? Have you ever heard your cat make noises in its sleep?
Yeah.
My cat had a nightmare the other day while he was asleep on me, and he woke up like hissing and all confused, and he looked at me like, and I was like, "Hey, it's all right." And he was like, "Ugh," and then he looked at me, and you could see his eyes like change to be like, "Oh, it's you," and then just went back to sleep.
Aww.
And I was like, "My small child, he was scared by something."
That was what I was like with my university carers every morning. So
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's just you.
I can really relate to your cat.
I think my favourite. I think it actually might be this jealous sound of autumn, where it's really, really dry and you can hear leaves being blown.
The sound of autumn.
Because you hear autumn because it's a lot drier, crisper sound.
Crispier.
It's that I think is mine. But that's also more of a feeling, more of an aesthetic.
Yeah, there's a lot of different senses more than just the sound tied into that. It's a texture.
But I
timbre.
can't think of anything better than a dog barking in its sleep.
I
Yeah,
honestly
that is
still think the eider duck wins it.
Ooh. It's such a sarcastic duck. Ooh.
Like, the first time I saw them in real life, I was like, "This is the best day of my life." They were all just sat there like, "Ooh," and I was like, "It's real, it's real, it's happening."
Sorry, I just realised how Kenneth Williams I am tonight.
Chat, we need to.
Sounds like the name of a woman who always bakes cakes and sends them into test match on the radio.
And Barbara Eider Duck has sent these lovely scones.
And the score
Thank
is
you,
England
Barbara.
407 for 4. Yeah, it's definitely a Pet Smash special comment.
Chat, we need a number from 1 to 12.
Ooh.
No.
H was straight in. H was like boom, 3.
Straight in with the
was
number,
you?
then.
I hadn't even got to the screen. 3. Whoa, you're straight in. Another one from Adam.
God.
This one did make me genuinely laugh out loud.
Okay.
The movie musical Moulin Rouge. What was that?
Like, it's great.
Well, it
what
was
the
a
fuck
movie
happened?
musical.
What? It's amazing, but what the fuck was that?
They were all on absinthe, weren't they?
Yeah, but absinthe doesn't make you do that. It makes you a bit morose, and then you want to throw up.
Can I take issue with the pronunciation of the word absent?
Absinthe.
You may. And
You
please
say
don't.
absinthe.
I thought it was absinthe.
Yeah, but the French way of pronouncing it.
Yeah, but the only
Is
thing
that-
like,
We're
Shut
not
up.
French.
no. The only thing the only
can I-
relationship you have with the French is you push them into like lakes every
I
so
think
often.
you are forgetting that I have an A level, Adam,
And in photography.
and in
For the-
photography,
for the
and I got the
interest
same
of
grade
the
for
podcast,
both. So
My mom is stood opposite me, and even she's just gone, it's absent.
It's I thought it was absinthe.
She
Yeah,
can't
like
really-
his mum.
You can't say because if you listen to the French, the way they pronounce street is rue.
Yeah.
That's correct, Dave.
So
yeah.
so
That an argument.
But like, if you met a French
French,
Click that,
person,
I say words
If
in a
you-
different language.
if you met a French person and his name was Guillaume, but you called him Guillaume, that would be wrong.
no,
That's
I'd
their
call him
fault for
Gwilym.
having too many letters in their name.
Yeah. If anything, that's overuse of a vowel.
Guillaume is spelled Gwiorn. That's it. Guillaume.
Guillaume.
The French word for disabled is handicapé, which I also sort of feels like it should come with like a dusting of chocolate on top.
See, now, you say that, but I've got if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands going on. But instead of if you're happy, if you're happy and you know it.
Oh,
Well,
the thing is, that's a problematic song to sing to someone who's handicapped, because what if they can't?
Well, maybe they play it down at like the benefits place to catch you out. If you're
can we
handy.
make that Christmas
You know,
film
clap
one
your
day?
hands.
Is that-
He's not. No lessons for you.
No, the way I understand the benefit system for
Oh.
disabled people is if you turn up,
Oh,
you're not
God.
disabled, so you get all your money taken off you. And if you don't turn
Oh.
up, you haven't turned up, so you have all your money taken off you as a punishment.
Also, it
Yeah.
also sounds like a grandma trying to describe, like, she's like, well, my grandson's not disabled, he's more sort of handicappy. Like
Yeah.
a little bit. It's like the French version of ish.
Mike, you were going to say
Yeah.
something.
Was I can't remember.
It was,
Continue.
We were
it was,
talking about Moulin Rouge and now.
And then we went to absinthe or absinthe.
Absinthe. It's
Right.
absinthe. Okay,
I
fine.
haven't seen Moulin Rouge, which is a bit
you
weird.
not?
I haven't either.
Because
Come
I
on,
think
Nick.
We do
I
a
think
watch along, Dave. There's two of them.
I think ballroom dancing, no, strictly ballroom. Sorry, is one of
Oh.
best
Ballroom.
films ever.
I love Strictly Ballroom
Oh, right,
so
okay.
much.
And it's Baz
like,
Luhrmann,
don't even
isn't
get
it?
me started because I fucking love that film. Yeah.
And I love Baz Luhrmann films, and I haven't seen Moulin Rouge. What's also weird is I know someone who was in it.
and you still
and
haven't
I
watched
still
it.
haven't
Do you know who's in it?
You know her as well, because I'm sure you've met her.
Jim
It's
Broadbent.
Kieran Stammel. Google her, Steph, while you look at it.
What was the name
She's-
while I'm good?
Kieran Stammel, Kiruna. She's Australian. She's married to Gareth Berliner, who you should know from the comedy scene. Is Kiruna in it? Yes. I'm being really. You know what? I've said it now. I'm sure it's Moulin Rouge. I kept saying she was the Green
Yeah,
Fairy.
so funny.
original.
She worked as an extra. Oh, she plays the part of La Petite Princesse.
There you go. Yes. Have you never met her, Steph? She does a lot because she lives in Birmingham with Gareth, so she's done a lot of stand-up around here.
Oh, I know who she is, but no, I don't know her.
Lovely, lovely person. and Gareth. I mean, the pair of them are just wonderful people. They're also on TikTok, and you should see some of their films on TikTok because they're really funny. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, I haven't seen it, even though I love the director and I know someone who's in it.
I want to know.
Amazingly
I want to
pretty
know
film.
more about how much Dave knows about TikTok.
As I say, that is a
I'm
thing.
quite
Steph
taken aback.
Steph keeps sending us TikTok videos.
I
don't you,
do.
Steph? But Gareth Berliner shared a couple of TikTok videos him and Kieran had done on their Twitter. So, and they're brilliant. They are really funny. Right, okay. Chat, we need a question from... Oh, hold on. Moulin Rouge.
As I say, did we establish what Moulin Rouge was?
I think it's just a great film. That's fucking. It's on cocaine. The whole film is on cocaine.
The whole film's on cocaine. They've got some absolute names in it.
Yeah, like Jim Broadbent is like, oh yeah. Like,
and I feel like Baz Luhrmann rang up a few friends and went, "I've got an idea. It's probably not going to work, but we're probably
shouldn't
going
work.
to get a load
It
of
should
money
not
for it."
work.
The way it just throws lyrics in from like a million.
Yeah.
Around that time, you had Moulin Rouge, which went completely stylized, and you had Chicago, which also went completely stylized, and then you had every other film going, every other musical going, oh, we can do one of those two things, and getting it completely wrong. Looking at you, fucking Phantom.
Yeah. Was there another film around that time?
Showgirls.
Sort of also another sort of cabaret style thing.
Showgirls.
Penelope Cruz was in it. Penelope Cruz was in it. It was like
there's
9 or
9 and
I love 9 as well.
Yeah, what's his name is in it? Will Young's in it, and
yeah, that was odd.
Is Daniel Day-Lewis in that?
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is in the film one. Yeah.
I really
and
hope
Judi
you weren't
Dench is in it, isn't she?
Yeah, she's so good.
What was that?
Look, can I just say how proud I am that we've got Dave Pitt sort of acknowledging musicals.
Yeah.
On the
it's all valid art form.
I feel like a proud
But
parent.
then we've never talked about the Blues Brothers, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
Best.
It's amazing. And
it's like the best soundtrack as well. I have
genuinely, you have to go, am I making a musical? Yes. Is that musical the Blues Brothers? No. So stop making the musical. A number from 1 to 11.
I would love it if you, halfway through watching Hamilton in London, went, "This is not the Blues Brothers."
What I like about Blues Brothers is halfway through they go, "You know what this needs? Ray Charles."
Yeah.
And then he appears.
The whole thing's just awesome.
And
isn't James Brown in it as well? Or
he's the Reverend. Yeah.
He's also in the sequel for some reason, although the sequel didn't happen. No.
Yeah, let's not pretend.
It's like Alien 4. Didn't happen. Or Covenant, or Prometheus.
Alien 4's not that bad. Let's not go into the Alien films. Right. Right. We've got another number from the chat. That number is 7. And question 7 from Hannah Platts. Something you wish you had said.
Oh, this is deep.
Had said or hadn't said. Yeah.
Had said. It's 106. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Oh, I wish
I'll never regret
I wish we could watch films together on Twitch, so we could all just watch the Blues Brothers on stream and like talk.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that my Wi-Fi ain't getting past the cold open.
Clip that, John.
When this is all over, movie night. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also on my list of things I'm looking forward to. Is Loftusbury. Yeah. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, explain that to the group again.
Loftusbury is Glastonbury, but with the comforts of home, mainly because we're going to pull my TV into the back garden. So we're going to have a festival and sit in wellies and drink, but also have indoor plumbing.
Yeah. It's gonna heal my heart.
To cry
I won't
every
have to
time
have
she wants
a mental
to sit.
breakdown because there's nowhere to sit.
I have a lovely garden furniture, Hannah.
There's a chance. There's a very real chance of a vaccine now, so that
Yeah.
could happen. It's not
One step closer to Loftusbury.
Oh my god!
Which,
I'm
yeah.
doing so much Haribo, it's gonna be unreal.
So come on, things you wish you'd said. That line from the Blues Brothers is genuinely one of mine.
I mean, are we getting deep here?
I've just done a line from the Blues Brothers. Steph, what do you think?
No.
So that's a yes.
You can if you want to, though, Steph. Don't let him stop you.
I wish I'd said no more often.
Mm.
In what context, Loftus?
Because I feel that I have been walked over at points in my life.
Oh,
I have set myself on fire to keep others warm, and they would not have done the same for me. So, if anything, I wish I'd have said, get to fuck at least 3 times in my life.
In a proper strong
Amen.
Scottish accent, like, get to fuck.
Get to fuck. Yeah, absolutely.
See you by the wee.
Get to fuck. Yeah.
That's my favourite thing to say to people.
Yeah, get to fuck. Yeah,
Can
so
I-
that's what I wish
I'll
I'd
have that as a text tone, please.
See you by the wee. Get to fuck.
clip that, please, John.
It just sounds like chewing the fat, except I can understand what you're saying.
My sister-in-law is Glaswegian, so she'll. she's taught
Anyone
me
else want to
ways.
answer that?
I think it's probably. I wish I'd said bye to my gran. Well, not my gran, because that's not her name. It's her grandmama. Grandma. I don't get people like I've got my gran and my grandma. Okay, whatever. But I've got 2 grandmas, whatever. Well, I had 2 grandmas. Yeah, I wish I'd said like bye to her properly, because she was whatever.
I feel like my answer cheapened this question.
No, it didn't.
No, I didn't. We've got 3 very different answers so far. But I think they're all still valid. Yeah, probably that, because I didn't get to. Or get to the chopper. I'd like to have said that as well. Right now.
Anyone else?
I don't know what I'd have liked to have said.
Question from 1
I
to
don't
10.
know.
Chat.
A little bit like.
I wish that I could have been that woman in Strictly Ballroom when she goes, "Show me your paso doble," and I also wish my favorite bit. And then he's like, "Oh no, I can't stop talking about it because I love that film." Yeah, I think I agree with Steph. Actually, I wish that I'd said no more often.
You wish you'd said it at one particular moment.
I wish. There are things I wish I hadn't said, like I do. We won't get into that. Yeah. I wish I'd stood up for myself like that. Yeah.
Next question, number 4, is from one Steph Loftus.
Ooh.
Have you ever stolen anything?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Physical things. I've stolen a Kit Kat. That's the only physical thing I've ever stolen, apart from a few knickknacks scattered. But I stole a Kit Kat from a corner shop, like a Kit Kat chunky. I'm not an animal. And I was eaten up by guilt so much that years later I went in and I overpaid for something and walked out.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, Adam, you're so nice.
and then
Yeah, so much nicer
did
than
you-
me.
in like tat shops in Turkey, I picked stuff up to look at them.
Did you calculate the interest?
Well, I gave them like £3, so whatever.
Yeah. Must be.
But like in tat shops in Turkey when I was younger, I'd be looking at something. My mum would go, "Adam, we're leaving," and I was like, "Okay." I can never go back here. But digitally, I've stolen more than my fair share.
Digitally.
I've got a terabyte hard drive full of things I now own.
Legally.
Yes. I think, yeah, I mean, if you go down that route, even the most law-abiding of people had audio tapes full of albums they hadn't bought.
Are we counting like breakfast buffet things?
No, good God, no. That's
asking for it.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
your
tell you,
deal.
you can like hide a lot of things in wheelchair.
He's just like completely full of post, just like layering it up.
No, it's just like sachets of tea.
No, I can imagine, because I've got this vision of your dad as being my dad, right? I can imagine him lifting you out of your wheelchair later and going, "Come and have a look. Look what he's nicked all the beans again."
There's half a pig under here.
It's that, but with crumbs. And
Oh.
You're right. I'd forgotten this. Oh, God. Right. Yes, I have. Because I was thinking, I haven't nicked anything. Oh, yeah, I've nicked things digitally. Oh, yeah, I nicked every starter in every classroom that I could find just before I left school. Because if you take the starters out, the strip lights, they don't go out, but they won't come on the next time you turn them on.
Oh.
That's amazing.
So I had
you
like
are a dickhead.
a carrier
People
bag.
genius level.
Yeah. I hate
Oh,
it.
if we're doing that, when we were in a terrible home, like a terrible hotel in Turkey, like we were traveling to Ephesus from where we were, lovely place, huge, beautiful Roman ruins. Nom 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 nom.
Was this also the same holiday? Wasn't it your dad was asked by security if that was his photo?
That was me, because when I had my beard, when I didn't have a beard.
Okay.
But when we left this shitty hotel, we didn't remove the bulbs from the lights, but we just kind of took them up out of the socket and then just rested them on top. So that, and we took the wires out of the TV, and I think the person I was with just took all the fuses from all the electrics.
Why?
Because they'd been pricks. So
Oh,
my friend was like, well, I was like, that's a bit much. And he was like, no. And he left with about 12 fuses for like the remote control from the plug sockets, from the back of like the fridge. And you're like, fuses are there for a reason.
And then you're like, oh, that hotel burned down shortly after we. Ooh.
I got
electrical fire.
When I was younger and I was still living with my parents, I went out and I got really, really drunk, possibly because I was still living with my parents. And I came home, woke up next morning feeling really, really ill. Opened my eyes and I had a white Artex ceiling because I'm from the working class and I was born in 1972. And I got this white Artex ceiling and I opened my eyes and the ceiling was yellow. And I went, oh, fuck. Shut my eyes. Opened them. The ceiling's white. I'm like, I'm all right. Shut my eyes. Open them again. The ceiling's yellow.
What?
Then the ceiling goes white. Then the ceiling goes yellow. Then I realise that next to me, at the side of my bed, is a flashing builder's lamp. And the problem was,
brilliant.
My dad was such a communist, right? That I couldn't, like, if he'd have found that, he'd have gone fucking mad at me. Because my dad would have been like, David, that's not their lamp, that's our lamp. You know what I mean?
Lamp of the people.
That's the lamp of the people.
When I said seize the means of production, Dave, that's not what I meant.
David, there's a bloke at work this morning who can't see because of you.
That's health and safety, that is.
And I had to sneak the lamp. Because if you tried to fucking open them as well, I couldn't open them to take the battery out to stop it flashing. So I had to get this flashing
You trying to put it under
lamp.
your coat, like
Yeah, past my parents. And I didn't realise until about 20 years later what I should have done is got really drunk again, and then I'd have woken up and it would have been gone.
Is anyone else not really impressed that you managed to time your blinks?
To be fair,
where the lights would also change.
That's like when all the car indicators match up perfectly. It's like,
As someone who can't type anything for shit, I have to applaud. Like, that is very impressive.
They've said a lot of things about me, Mike, but I do have a natural sense of rhythm. I don't know why that's funny. Chat, we need a question from 1 to 9.
Wait, I've stolen a bunch of stuff. I
Oh,
think.
Question from 1 to 9.
Stolen our time.
Let's just maybe. Why am I admitting to this on the? Anyway,
Go on,
I've
then.
seen a new car.
wait. I've stolen a lot of stuff when I've left jobs. And
Oh, God, you have done that as well.
yeah, like I'm still using
Like laptops.
these from a job I left in 2012.
Nice.
Because I like probably a couple of years ago I had been into town and then I came up here to the office and I took my coat off and I was like, what's that in the pocket? And I'd been in Wilko's and I'd like picked up a deodorant off the shelf and I just put it in my pocket and not realized. And I was like, oh shit, I'm a thief, I'm a robber, what am I gonna do? I'm on CCTV, they're gonna find me, they're gonna have watched me walk here, they're gonna come and get me. And like they didn't, obviously, because they don't give a shit. And it cost like £1. So I was like, well, I'll just go back in and I'll be like, oh no, but then I just forgot, so I never did. So technically I am a thief.
And you went back in and you stole some more stuff.
I mean,
Cool.
there's quite a lot of money in there
It's
between
dead
now.
Dead
So.
easy.
That's where this guy came from, so
Oh, Esteban was.
We stole an entire tea set from a pub.
Esteban.
You stole
I
what?
saw that. Yeah, the
We
glasses
stole
out.
and-
Oh, I've got.
So,
I don't.
We went
Go
to
on.
the rugby and we went to Gloucester and we got in
Gloucester.
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 That is literally their chant.
What is going on?
I don't know, Mike.
What is happening?
Gloucester.
When is bed? Can I go to bed, please? I want to go to bed.
So like we went and then we got so drunk we had to Google the score on the train. Because none of us knew what had happened.
Oh my days.
We
That's
were in a
beautiful.
pub, like waiting for our train, and because conveniently in Gloucester there is a pub every 5 or 6 feet, so we just kind of went like this all the way back to the train station until you get to the pub on the train station. So we were in this pub
On the actual
and
station.
on the actual station. They do not mess about. So we were in this pub and like we'd all carried on drinking and the one girl was like, I think I'm gonna have a cup of tea. So we made fun of her relentlessly. And then she'd finished her tea, she went to the bathroom, but she left her handbag. And the girl who was sat with me went, oh, I've got an idea. So she shoved a load of tissues in the teapot to dry it out and put the teapot in this girl's handbag. And then someone else went, oh, no, don't leave it there. Emptied the sauce packets onto the table and put that pot in there as well. And then someone went, hang on a second, and just threw the salt and pepper in. So, like, this girl came back and we all went, if she picks up a bag, she's going to know. So this other girl was like, quick, the train's coming. I'll have your bag, and ran off. And ran off and got on the train and wouldn't give this girl her bag back until she was on the train. So she gave her the bag back and she kind of went,
Why is this so heavy?
what's in here? We're all like, I can't believe you stole it. So, yeah, and that teapot that we stole is in my mother's display cabinet.
Oh,
And every time I go around the house, I go,
I mean,
that was
what
it,
you've done there is essentially describe the plot of Toy Story 2, but instead of toys, it's porcelain.
it's porcelain. Yeah.
You saying pubs. My uncle was a bit of a lad. Now, I mean, I was born in 72
Really?
and he died in 73. So these are all stories that have been passed down. But it's like my dad. If you go to Darlaston now, there's a pub called the Swan, and it has been there for years. And my dad, as a younger man, went walking past the Swan, and the sign was missing. And he saw his brother George, and he went, "Someone's nicked the sign from outside the Swan." And George was like, "Well, what?" Her son's nicked the. Who wants a sign out the pub? He went round to Georgie's house later that day, and he was above the mantelpiece.
I might have been trying to hide it, just like, yeah, play.
And then there was.
I can only imagine he'd looked at his brother and went, I want to sign for a club. That's exactly what
and then
buy one in Wrexham for a block of flats.
and then there was two pubs that were very close to each other. Only one of them's there now. The other one's gone, long gone. But it was the Herbert's Park Tavern and this other pub, and they were literally like 20 yards away from each other. And apparently, my Uncle George walked into the one pub and went, "Could I borrow your piano?" And they went, "Yeah." And he took the piano out the pub to the pub down the road.
Oh my god.
The audacity of that is worthy of a Nobel fucking prize.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of DNA in my veins. So that's
like those bellends
Did
who
he-
stop a bus, put their foot up, and just tie their lace and let it go.
Did he? Did your Uncle George? Was he a good pianist?
I
George?
don't know. Probably not. He probably took it down there for someone else. But
It's a really nice sort of romanticism about that
there is,
story.
isn't there? Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just like a man wanted a piano, like nothing was going to stop him.
Yeah, exactly. Did we have another? Is that the? Yeah, that's the other question, isn't it? John, is that your? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, okay. So we have got a number. It's already coming.
What's the number, Dave?
Number is 9. So your next number is from 1 to 8, ladies and gentlemen. The number is 9. It's from Hannah. If you could be magically transported to any of the stories that we've told on this podcast to relive it, what would you pick?
Mike's tiny carrot story.
Knew it.
I want us all there, and I want
You,
Hannah and Adam doing the scene that they made up, and that's all I want.
Bernard
you, bro-
Stims.
you broke up. What's the question?
If you could be magically transported to any of the stories that we've told in our show, so you could relive it, what would it be?
To any episode
Yeah.
in the right.
I think I'd like to be there watching Hannah being annoyed at a blind man thrashing around in water. Because I'd want to be there for one exact moment. I want to be there for the moment after she's gone. Well, what happened there then? And then just
Why
why
can't he just go to the platform?
Yeah, I really want just to hear you say that, and then smash cut to the fireman getting the white cane out, and then smash cut back to you going.
I'll never be able to recreate the face I did because it was it was so bad. It was so bad.
I know this from my own stories, and I don't want to sound all Mikey here, but from my own stories, the story that I'm going to tell next week.
Ooh.
I bet it takes place in Spirit Rhino.
The episode you'd most like to go back to hasn't even
It's
happened.
next week.
It's next week. Other people's stories.
Oh my god!
It's definitely Tom Allsop's. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have
Oh,
been
yeah.
at that gig
At that barbecue.
where they basically broke out. someone
I'd
from
completely forgotten that
secure
happened.
mental
and-
institution. Because
Such a good story.
as that was happening, in my head I'd be going, this is going to make a great story.
Yeah.
Like, whatever happens, this is going to make a brilliant story.
Yeah, I think I'd like to be in most of Steph's classrooms.
Mm.
You
Just
wouldn't.
Not least because you're SEN, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I just have to turn up on the morning and then let me in.
Mikey, you going in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Because the kids that Steph teaches doesn't feel that way at all.
The kids that I teach regularly attempt to get out of my classroom.
Are you saying that there's like have we got like a weird Venn diagram of people trying to break out, and it's all of Steph's like stories and all Sop's, and it's just like this.
I've got the next question ready. If you're up for it.
Yeah.
It's question number 8, so it's from 1 to 7 next time, folks. It's from Hannah. What is a moment from your childhood or life that is so completely on brand for you?
Me splitting my lip open.
How did it happen, Steph?
Well, like, so my teeth went through my lip, like because I was only about like 2 or 3, maybe slightly, maybe 4 at tops. And I was at my nan's, and my nan had a very old-fashioned wooden armed settee. And I was running through the house, and as I ran through the house, I tripped, smashed my face off the arm of the chair, like cut here, I cut my lip open there. But across here, my teeth just clamped down on my own face. That's very on brand for me because I am covered in scars. I've got one on my stomach where I went over the handlebars of somebody's scooter, and it's like these handlebars sliced through my t-shirt and cut me. A year to the day later, I went over my handlebars of my own scooter and broke my wrist. I dislocated my shoulder during a GCSE exam.
During an exam?
Mike!
During a drama performance, we were doing this military thing, and we had to be doing push-ups. Mike, hey! And
You've all gone.
The sergeant major came along and was like supposed to kick my arms from underneath me, but I was supposed to fall without him kicking. Well, he kicked, and he actually swept my arms out, so I went down like that.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
And my shoulder went. Hey guys! And yeah, that was it.
Right, Mike, are you back? Can you see us, or can you at least hear us? Okay.
Well, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, you went briefly, but you came back in, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I have really struggled with this question because I'm not entirely sure, bro. I feel there should be loads.
Yeah.
And
I think
it's not me like trying to hide something. I just genuinely have gone. I don't know.
I think I've not. Oh, gone.
Oh, sorry.
After you, Mikey, you're beautiful.
I once played a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. And I had one line and could not get it out for laughing. My one line
is so you, Mike.
Literally, I think the song's coming on. And could I? And like everyone is just instant. The really weird thing that only means of amplification was a microphone being carried by one of the teachers. Like, so whenever like someone had to talk, the teacher would be on a swivelly chair. She would work her way up and down the line every time.
Just pointing the microphone at you.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Oh my god.
I miss the 90s.
Yeah.
Before we came on air, audience, there was a great moment where me and Mike learnt for the first time that Showaddywaddy are from Leicester.
From Leicester born and bred. I don't have a clue, are they?
And then
Yeah, they are.
Mike tried to explain this to Hannah, and he couldn't get the word Showaddywaddy out for laughing.
He was laughing at
And
the
he
word
was
Showaddywaddy so hard. It was like he
genuinely-
went, I've just learned, and then just laughed for like 10 minutes. And I was like, what have you learned?
Not wrong.
Give me the information.
I'm pretty confident at some point I'll get married. Not sure it'll be too soon.
Well, the thing is, though, because you'll be given one line to say on the day, and that line will be "I am," and you'll be giggling too much to get it out.
I mean,
Oh, so good.
I can't deny you're probably right.
The thing is, hopefully we'll all be there, and you'll know we're there because we won't have snuck in. You'll have invited us. And
if you don't, we're sneaking in.
we're sneaking
Yeah,
in.
we're going to sneak in if we're not invited.
With a banner.
Yeah.
And
Steph,
we will
Steph
make
will have a big
sure
book
we will
of
make
all the
sure
images
on your
she's
stag
made herself.
we will make sure on your stag night to remind you of this conversation so it's fresh in your mind.
No, because that'll make me nervous.
And then on the day, it's all you'll be able to think about is I can't burst out laughing when I'm supposed to say I do. And that's the only thing you'll be able to do at that point.
Yeah, you'll just look out and all of our eyes will be staring at you.
Like this.
I mean, in all honesty, Dave, sounds like one of my poetry gigs anyway.
So basically, that's the story of how Dave plans to ruin your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the moment Dave's most looking forward to is in the future.
I think I've got a perfect one for me because I was year one, and it's so on brand for me in that I clearly had a conversation with my dad the night before and got it wrong. Whatever he'd said, I got wrong. We were probably talking about history, and I was like, well, history exists now. Boom. And I went to my teacher, Mrs. White, lovely woman. We still chat now. Friends on Facebook, BFFs. And I went,
Oh god.
and I went there. I spoke with my dad last night. Oh, yes, Adam. What did he say? Women shouldn't vote. And I walked off.
Oh no!
And I had nothing in my head that was wrong. I didn't mean anything by it. I was just repeating what my dad had said. Now, when Mrs. White spoke to my dad about this, literally years later, he went, "What? I've got what? I don't what." So we have no idea where it's come from.
Your dad, who's the chairman of the parish council or something as well.
And he's now chairman of Telford and Wrekin Conservative Society. So probably it's more suiting. I mean, there's a pigeonhole is forming.
Oh
and
my
with it,
god.
pigeon. But yeah, that is probably the most. Adam, I can see what you're going to be in the future.
I was
Stickhead.
going to say they'll probably fire him now when they see this. But seeing as it's the Conservative Association, they'll probably give him a rise.
Yeah, he'll be promoted.
Yeah. Fucking Tories. Question.
Stop looking at me. I can feel your eyes on me.
Number from 1 to 7,
Wait,
folks.
no, I haven't answered yet.
Yeah, no. Number from 1 to 7. Go on, Hannah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the ones that I can think of are that it just came into my head when Adam said that was that apparently when I was just like very small and like starting to speak or whatever, like I don't know how old you are then, like 2 or something, we had like a visit from a nurse person or whatever to like the checkup thing that you have, and she like picked up a book like, oh, what's this? Is it like Nelly, a little Nelly? Like it was an elephant, and I went,
And you
It's
went,
a
no, it's a
pachyderm."
Tory party manifest.
yeah. And apparently I told her off because it was a pachyderm, because I'd like picked up that word somewhere.
That is
and
so
it's-
on
I would
brand.
love it if that was your first set of words.
My first word was Batman. Have I not told you this story?
What?
My first word was Batman. Yeah, so it was cast your minds back. None of you can except Dave. In 1988, it was the TVAM strike. And so
we were all
they
saying
weren't.
Batman during that.
So it was just Batman. No, they were showing like reruns of Batman because the people were on strike. So it was on like all the Adam West Batmans were on constantly.
Batman.
Yeah. So me and my brother were like around about 1-ish, I guess, and like we're sat because we're twins. That might not make sense otherwise. We were watching that a lot, and we started shouting Batman, Batman before any other word. Thanks.
That's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
My
That's why I love
first-
Batman.
Sorry.
My
Might need a
first
redraft, but you'll get there.
My first steps were down the stairs wearing rollerblades.
Nice.
Anyway, I have no concept of self-preservation.
Probably you should have said that for your most on-brand moment, surely.
Sometimes I'm dead glad that shit like that just wasn't an option for me.
Yeah.
Right, I think we got time for one more question.
Go for it.
We haven't. We can keep going.
No, I've got a week, mate.
I've had one of these and most of that, and I'm a 47-year-old man who's very nearly 48. I need a wee soon.
All I'm hearing is someone's got a prostate problem.
Yeah. I keep saying I'm hurtling towards the day when I'm going to have another man's finger up my arse, which is the excuse I
I'm
use.
so pleased we've reached.
I
this
like
point.
how you had to. I like that you had to specify another man's.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's the excuse I always use when I get caught practicing.
Oh God!
What
We're
are you?
not doing anything, darling. He's checking it, but not with his finger. Otherwise, he would be gay.
The question comes from Adam.
Balls deep.
It's not even a question. It's simply a point of discussion. The Crystal Maze is the greatest TV show. Discuss.
TV game
Yes.
show.
That's not what you said.
Well, in which case, I had to, are you sure I didn't?
I
In which
don't
case,
know.
I retract the question, Your Honour.
Because I'd just like to,
The prisoner.
I'd like to point out here. Wait a minute. Fucking focus, you prick. The question I put to Dave was, "The Crystal Maze is the greatest TV game show." Just focus.
Okay, all right, then.
Yes.
I don't pay
You
attention
couldn't
to
see
what
it,
you
but
write.
I believe you.
In which case, yeah, because most game shows are shit.
I know, like,
I
Fort
quite like Cat's
Boyard
Praise.
was all right.
Are we having the fabled Fort Boyard versus Crystal Maze? fight?
Nah,
Crystal Maze is better.
Nightmare.
I mean, yeah, Crystal Maze is
Nightmare.
better.
You know,
I think
I mean-
Nightmare wins in my book.
When I was
What
little,
if
the
you
one I
tried
always wanted to
throwing
be
in
on was
kids'
Nightmare.
game shows. Because Get Your Own Back.
Yeah.
was
Oh, now you see
brilliant.
the whole.
Does that
new
count as a
level
game
of-
show? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Run
does.
Around. Are you all too young for Run
Yeah.
Around? Mike
Yeah.
Reed's Run Around.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Reed. Oh my
Right,
God.
it was okay. All those people who have played Fall Guys,
Right.
Yeah.
it's basically like a round in Fall Guys. There's
God.
loads of kids, and there's Mike Reed, and it's the 70s. So you know.
Stop.
Hello, Operation Ukraine.
and there's a multiple choice question, and there's sections of the studio for each answer. And Mike Reed
God.
would ask the question, and the kids would run
Ah, you have to run.
to
yeah.
where they thought the answer was. But then,
Like Cracker Jack.
Mike Reed would go, "Run around," and they'd all run to another one because it was like supposed to be a psychological game. Would you run to the wrong answer first, or the right one? Try and throw people out. You see,
Oh.
Oh,
it was
that's actually quite sophisticated.
it was brilliant.
So,
It's
hang
bound to
on
be
a
on
second.
YouTube.
Hang on a second. What about Takeshi's Castle?
That was fun.
Oh, I'm forgetting all these.
Takeshi's
I
Castle
wasted a
was-
lot of time watching Takeshi's Castle.
I
It's just
saw
carnage.
Those
I saw
early
an
days of
amazing-
cable TV, yeah.
I saw an amazing mashup where someone had taken Craig Charles's laughter and track of that and put it on top of war films, and it was beautiful. I laughed for a day. Just
Do you remember? I always really loved that round where they had to grab the buns with the mouth.
yeah. Yep, that was normally round one. It was. I seem to remember. How does this in my brain? There were only 88 buns.
Yeah, wait a second though, because Hannah's just come out with Gladiators, which was fucking
Oh,
love it.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
I was never a fan of Gladiators.
I had a huge
Oh,
crush
I
on
bloody
Wolf.
loved Gladiators.
I
Yeah,
mean,
on Wolf. Yeah.
Of all of
Yeah.
them, Wolf.
Yeah,
He still goes by Wolf, by the way.
I know.
I really liked Shadow.
In
and
fact,
I really liked Shadow, and then it turned out that he was on drugs and stuff and got fired, and I was really sad.
I quite like Cobra as well.
Mm.
I mean, having watched a lot of as a kid,
hope-
and
I
then you
hope
go
John
Adam,
Anderson's all right.
why are you bisexual?
Yeah.
I watched Gladiators as a child, and it just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Lightning.
Jet. Fucking Jet, mate.
Oh, both of them.
Playing a leg like a guitar.
Yeah.
John T has just put in the chat that he went to a taping of an episode of Gladiators.
Shut
Oh my god, no!
And all I'm going to say is, John T, Wolf. You know what I mean? You might have something there, Adam.
Who's afraid of the
No,
big
I'm
apple?
fine.
I saw someone
Um,
tweet the other day,
Wolf wasn't mine.
who would you want to go and drag Donald Trump out of the White House? And somebody said Wolf off Gladiators. Like, just
Just imagine of all the people, it's him.
you know, stomping in.
And
His
and his
weird
song needs to be
unwashed hair.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes out and it's like,
I mean,
yeah. He goes out, it's like another one bites the dust.
But only I would. The caveat to that, like John Fashanu would have to scream "Awooga" as it is.
As Donald Trump's body bounces down the steps and he's being dragged out by his collar. Oh, yeah.
Right. While I come up with, because I've got an alternative, but I just want to make sure that I bring up his picture because I suspect you're all going to go, "Who's that?" So
I'm ready to
I've got an
Google.
alternative for
Is it
Wolf
Pat Sharp?
to drag him. No. Right. Can I just say, John T is just put in the chat. To be fair, we had to make signs, and I made a wolf sign. So
Yeah, you
there
did.
you go. Unfortunately, he can't do it because he's dead. But the person I would really like to see drag Donald Trump out the White House would be Don Estelle
Oh, no.
from Dad's
That-
Army.
His little
Oh, he's from eight half hot one.
I was gonna say,
that's-
he's
yeah.
out half. He's a singer.
Same thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not.
Fucking hell.
If
I'd
not-
like him to do it as a zombie now. Also, Don Estelle's really sad. He used to go around to Woolworths selling tapes, dressed up as his character from Eight Half Hot.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but
her.
I feel like I've written him. to sort of-
It's like, remember Rusty Goff, who used to do the bouncy weather on live TV? Yes.
See whether-
I saw Rusty Goff at the end of the North Pier in Blackpool. You know, the little rides that go around for the little kids. He was managing one of them. I say managing, not like, I don't think he was the owner. He was like the one taking the money. And I was like,
Oh.
that's fucking Rusty Goff. He's a bit of a legend. What's he doing this?
Yeah.
It shows how the entertainment industry is a
Can I-
harsh and fickle mistress.
Can I add a question?
Can.
Yeah.
Is it allowed?
Yeah.
Where's the oddest place you've seen a celebrity?
Monty Patterson nearly pushed me over in Dalaman Airport.
My mum got hit round the back of the arm by Matt Murray with a basket in Asda.
I was once within punching distance of Piers Morgan at Waterloo Station.
And you didn't
Did
take
you
the
didn't
smell
go
him?
for it. I didn't go for it. It's the biggest regret of my life.
Did you smell him?
I
So
did
in actual
not.
fact, we
I
turn back. The
refuse
thing that
to.
you regret not saying is "Oi, Pierce." So
Yeah,
you turned
Oi,
into it
Bitch
as
it.
you swing for maximum
The
velocity.
turn and the yeah.
I think seeing Rusty Goff at the end of North Pier was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I did once fall over in front of David Gray. we was
I don't know why that's so funny.
no mate, but it is, isn't it?
Over in front of David.
Me
Did
and
he
my mate
then
was in,
say?
me and my mate
Did
was
he
in
then
London.
say?
Go on, Mike.
Did he follow that with if you want it, come and get it for crying out loud?
See what I mean? Mike, I'm amazed you got that out because I could see you were bursting.
Oh God, I'm so.
We was in London by the Globe, and he was outside just hanging around doing normal people things because they're normal people. And my mate went, "Look, that's David Gray," and we were walking down some steps, and I went, "Oh, yeah." Fell down the steps.
Cool.
I mean, surely your encounter with Mr. Mark Morris from the Blue Tones.
Oh,
Yeah.
and of course, Mr. Morris.
Mr. Mark
Yeah.
Morris.
That
from
wasn't,
Butcher.
yeah, but that wasn't weird, really, was it? Backstage at a festival.
I mean, what happened?
Well,
backstage
What
at the
happened was
festival
a bit weird. And the
You
fact that I
didn't-
was more interested
You
in
didn't give him his
muffins
muffin.
than the evil weed. I like to think that somewhere Mr. Mark Morris from the Blue Towns is doing a podcast and going, Some fat guy gave me East muffin the once, and people are going, "Is that a euphemism?" And he's like, "No, but oh."
But he wishes it was.
Hey. So yeah, there you go. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll wrap this shit up.
Then we'll wrap this shit up. 1 to 7, chat. 1 to 7. Someone say something while we're waiting.
Well, in the chat,
I really need a wee.
John would like Pam Ferris as her called a midwife nun character to pull Donald Trump out of the White House.
Yes, just Pam Ferris.
Our good friend H697 once saw Jude Law's hairy arse crack in Finchley Road, Sainsbury's.
Hey! What was the... I assume Jude Law was bending down for something, which is why you could see his hairy arse crack. What was Jude Law bending down for? Was it something organic? Or was he just after a nice slab of beef?
And the other one is John T saw Jimmy Cranky in her very glamorous normal persona at a motorway service station in thigh-high PVC boots.
Are they just normal ankle boots, but when they're worn by Jimmy Cranky?
I once knew this guy called Steve who worked in the entertainment industry.
Steve Jobs.
No. Right. He was just like a runner and that sort of thing. And he had all these stories. Now, I don't know whether these stories are true, but they're great stories. And, you know, Tony Wilson, if it's a choice between printing the truth or the legend, you print the legend.
Mm-hmm.
He told me a couple of stories. One, he said that he once had a job throwing rocks at Yvette Fielding.
Oh, on Most Haunted?
Most Haunted.
He was a runner on Most Haunted, and he maintains one of my jobs was throwing rocks at Yvette Fielding. Because when you think about it, someone's got to do it.
Yes,
it's less of a job. It's more one of my hobbies.
You know what I mean? I was like, there must be a queue of people waiting to do that one.
Yeah. I bet people do it when she's not filming.
Yeah. And he once told the story of someone he knew, so this is secondhand, which is an even better story in my eyes, of someone working at a theatre when the Crankies were on, and was asked to go in to tell the Crankies that, you know, it was time to get ready to go on stage. They opened the door, and there was Jeanette Cranky bent over with Ian Cranky, his cock in her mouth, and another stagehand doing it from behind, because they're swingers, aren't they?
They're swingers, yeah.
They're swingers.
Oh no, but you don't want to walk.
That would ruin your childhood.
I mean, it's an opener. I'll give him.
I mean, it definitely was for her.
But you know,
my sister-in-law, like, I'm thinking about weird celebrity things. So this
weird
is like
celebrity stories.
So someone my sister-in-law knows used to work at oh god, what's it called in Glasgow? The venue, like where the music venue, the big one. I can't remember.
Hydro?
Like
Barrowlands.
Yeah, it might be Barrowlands. Yeah. Anyway, they had Art Garfunkel came like by himself, and so her job was she had to look after Art Garfunkel's wig, and that's a wig, and she had to spray it with this like glittery hairspray. It was like glitter spray. She had to spray glitter on Art Garfunkel's wig.
Did she put the wig on?
I don't know.
I hope she did.
I was going to say I definitely would.
Yeah.
Yeah. A friend.
He was really grumpy and horrible, so she's there.
He's a bell end.
Like glitter on his wig, his big curly wig.
A friend of mine who's sadly no longer with us. Rest in peace, Steph. Not you, Steph. Another Steph that I know.
But Steph, you have a good night's sleep as well. Yeah?
No, she once had to look after Crispin Glover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the dad in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first film, right? Crispin Glover is a bit of a basket case. And he had all these stipulations. He was appearing at the Lighthouse in Wolverhampton for a Q&A, and he was selling his books. And he had all these. His rider was mental, So he had all these things that was like, during the Q&A, I only want very few questions about Back to the Future. Which obviously, no one's going to see Crispin Glover about Crispin Glover films. Who the fuck watches Crispin Glover films? Everyone's going, they just want to go, what was it like working with Michael J. Fox? Right?
Yeah.
That's
He's
basically
been in
what you
so
do.
many great films. He's been in Back to the Future too.
No, he wasn't. He was
His footage was used.
Yeah, which is why there's now, you celebrities get loads of money because of that.
He was the monster in that weird.
He played Grendel, didn't he?
Yeah, he was Grendel.
We have a look at his IMDb.
Was he in Charlie's Angels?
But anyway, he turned up, and his rider was like, he insists on being chauffeur driven everywhere, and his food was this entire menu of really poncy vegan food. Yeah, you know, where it's all like in jus and that sort of thing, right? It's a bollocks.
Do the MasterChef voice, Hannah.
And
Crispin is eating a pea jus.
he said that sort of thing, right? And it was an entire menu, and you had to have every meal ready, and then he would pick which one he wanted.
Wow.
Right? And
Well,
I'm like,
over food. That's such a waste.
hang on, right? And I said to her, I went, where did you put him? Like, in Wolverhampton, where would you put him to sleep?
Murder Hotel.
Murder Hotel.
No. Premier Inn. I was like, what were the Premier Inn like? The Premier Inn must have been like, what the fuck's this? Lenny Henry had this fussy. You know what I mean?
I really hope his code name for the staff was DeLorean.
I mean, to be honest, I forgot how creepy he looked.
Yeah, I've just Googled him.
Like,
His dad is Julian Glover, right?
I don't know. Move it a bit more to your left, Steph. Bit more to your left. That's it. There we go. Oh,
Yeah, he
Crispin
looks-
Glover.
Baddie.
It's an odd face.
Right.
Sculpted.
Okay, that's that question gone.
Any point?
Right, we've got one last question. I really, really, really need a wee.
Go and have one. Come back.
No. That's
yeah, we'll talk
unprofessional.
amongst ourselves.
Shit
Yeah.
excuses you've used to get out of things you didn't like.
My favourite one of this.
I'm not going to the
is-
toilet because I've just seen Steph's face. Steph, please. Please, Steph, please.
I'm saving it for next week.
Oh no!
I'm going to the toilet. Don't you?
My favorite
dare.
favorite one of these is I stole it from a guy from work, and it's this. I'm afraid Adam isn't in the moment because of generic excuse.
Oh no!
That's very good. And the other one that he uses is I'm afraid John has gone on a mission of self-discovery and won't be back in the office for 8 to 12 years.
Oh no!
And yeah, so he's got a list behind him of excuses and asks you to roll a dice and then use that one.
Oh.
And they are all beautiful.
I love it.
Well,
I,
I mean,
No, go.
oh, go on, Hannah. How polite are we? This is lovely. So I, while I was at uni, I only Skyped lecture once, and that was because I had an assignment deadline like that afternoon, and I was like I really have to finish it, right? So but I had a seminar directly after with the lecturer, and so I missed the lecture but turned up for the seminar, and I said that she was late picking me up from the placement. I was on at the theatre, and like what defence? I mean, it's not a shit excuse, but it's an excuse, and it's not a great story. I'll grant you.
Oh,
It's what I'm presenting to the group.
did they believe?
Because you're too honest,
Yeah.
like that's why.
Well, it's just the face.
I think I'm about to ban someone for being a bot.
Yes, ban
Go
the bot.
away, bot.
How do I do it?
I
What
don't
they're
know.
saying,
I'll be
That's
honest.
why he's made us
I'm doing it.
administrators, because he doesn't know how to do it.
I banned them.
Hey!
Go on,
You're
Hey.
powerful.
Yay! I knew there was a reason for making you a mod. Well done.
I am
What you
drunk
saying?
power.
Die, bots, die. Unfortunately, our view account's gone down by 1 now. Bots, come in, bots.
Join bots.
So, Dave, what's the lamest excuse you've come up with for not doing something?
Shall I do mine while you think? Because
Yeah.
so obviously, you know me, I hated PE at school. And so we had this PE teacher who was like, I think mid-breakdown when he came to the school. And he didn't really know
we
what...
just gave him that gentle push.
Just like my little nudge. But I was just like, I just didn't want to get involved in anything that was happening there. So we always used to just say, oh, I've got my period. But then the people who weren't doing PE, he was like, well, if you are excused from doing PE, you can hold people's feet down while they do sit-ups. And I was like, sorry, I'm chiropophobic. I can't go near food. I have to, when I sit down, I have to sit with my legs out straight because I have to be away from my own feet as far as possible. I can't do that. I'll just go and sit over here. Okay, bye. And he just kind of let it happen.
Oh no. That might be the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Brilliant!
Clip that, John.
I'm
Chiropophobic.
I was like, sorry, I'm chiropophobic.
I mean, I'd like to flip
It's the
this
sitting
question.
with your feet far away.
I have to sit with my feet as far away from me as possible.
Did he pull up on that like weeks later?
No, he never said anything about it. He just let it happen. I think he was already dead inside.
Probably because he went in the staff room afterwards and was like, there's this girl and she's just like, she said she was chiropophobic to get out of something, and I was so impressed I left her.
Yeah.
He knew for a fact you were lying. He knew.
Oh,
Would you do that, Steph? If a kid come to you with an excuse like that, would you? Yeah, you're fine.
I mean, some of the kids come out with some absolute corkers, and I can't fight back. Like there's nothing I could say.
Did one of them tell you their taxi is late?
Oh, regularly.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't actually think ours don't use excuses. Ours are like an hour and a half late for school, and you're like, "Why are you an hour and a half late for school?" And they look at you dead in the eye and go, "Because I don't want to be here." And then you just walk away, and you're like,
Honesty works.
"Okay, all right then, yeah, that's cool, yeah,
excellent. Yeah.
same." Like, yeah, so yeah, ours don't come up with excuses. They just say it how it is, and I love them for it. Yeah.
I'm trying to, because I tend to be, again, because of the anxiety, I tend to be fairly honest with my excuses. Because,
Yeah, I imagine you going, I didn't come because I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie,
Yeah.
Dave's 100% said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that for you, but I don't want to.
Don't
Yeah.
want to do so.
Because I always think I'll
I'm
get
not doing it.
caught. It's wild how I've done like you know, when we was talking about stealing things, I've done little things and stuff and but I've never yeah.
See, I've done loads. I just make sure it goes in somebody else's handbag.
Yeah, there was a point where I was walking home as a kid, and there was a digger because they was doing some building work.
You had my curiosity, and now you have my attention.
And I don't know where it came from. I genuinely thought, I think I could ride one of them.
Oh.
That's what we call an intrusive thought.
Yeah, and I was genuinely looking for the key for this digger because I didn't realise they needed keys, but of course they do. At which point, the cops drove past.
Oh my god!
In fact, no, this is a great excuse. This is the excuse. Oh wow, I've stumbled on the story. This is the excuse. The cops drove past, pulled up, and they're like, I'm like 14, you know what I mean?
You're just staring at a digger.
No, I'm sitting on the digger.
Oh, you're sitting
I'm looking for the keys while sitting on the digger.
In the seat, like.
And the coppers pull up and go, "What you doing?" And I said,
I'm so excited.
I really want to drive one of these when I'm older, and I just want to see if I'll fit.
Oh. That's the most awesome thing.
What was the police's response?
Right, like the teachers, they just went, clear off. And obviously they must have been thinking, full credit, lad. Well done.
Yeah. I love that. I have career aspirations.
Oh, yeah, that's very comfortable. Yeah, goodbye. Bye, officer.
Clip that, John, please. I'm proud of that one.
It's arguably the worst thing I've ever said.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
Say it again.
No, you can play it back on the clip.
Oh.
John has just put
Right.
there, he remembers helping Paul Rogers, not the one who used to sing with Free,
Okay.
another Paul Rogers. I can't believe this is Paul Rogers. Not the Paul Rogers I know, he's so lovely. I just remembered I helped Paul Rogers steal some metal mugs from the Royal London on the day of an arena performance the Leicester Falcons were over for. So
Oh my God.
I've just realised when he went, because obviously I glance at these before I read them. When he said Royal London, I thought he was going to be like, you know, the
Mint.
Royal Court in London. And I've just realised where he means.
The pub.
And I may have just actually dobbed two people in for a crime.
Ah, be alright.
I've got a load of glasses that I've nicked from Fringe and from random.
Oh yeah, everyone's got a glass.
It's mostly because we'd be drinking, they'd kick us out and say, you can finish your drinks off outside, lads, and then they would close the doors and lock them. So you go, what am I meant to do? Fine, I'm going to take a
I'd be like,
souvenir.
oh, it's got the Fringe logo on. I'm having one of them.
And they don't care about it.
My brother used to work in a pub, and the amount of glasses, like that he'd finish his shift and then have a pint and go, like I'll bring it back tomorrow. Don't worry, and wouldn't.
Mm.
So my mum has a cupboard full
with
It's like
all the
glasses.
stolen teapots.
and teapots and a couple of glasses when we went to a New Year's Eve thing in Chester, where I went, those are really nice, and just swiped them into my mother's
That one
handbag.
is a nice shape. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. My uncle's
There are
band
some
played
pub owners
Halloween
now
one
in
year,
Chester
and-
going, well, that was a shit start to the year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, one Halloween, my uncle was playing with his band, and I went and did all the makeup for the band, and the bar staff were like, oh, could you do our makeup as well? And I was like, yeah, sure, if it's going to get me some free drinks. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Did all the makeup, and they were like, oh, yeah, we can't do free drinks, really. So I stole their Halloween decorations. I have a lovely Frankenstein lantern, which I put out every year and giggle to myself because you don't screw with Loftus.
Yeah. Don't screw with
Clip that,
Don't
please, John.
screw with Loftus. I took my payment. You could have given me a free Coke. No. So I took your Frankenstein lantern.
Yeah, that's just free, trade. That
Yeah,
So
Yeah, the Coke is fucking worth. It's like pennies to them. They don't give a fuck.
exactly.
Mm.
They couldn't even.
And it's
John- John has just put, I was once in the Hogs with Ryan on a Saturday and genuinely watched two people do cocaine in the smoking area.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a norm.
Welcome to Wolverhampton.
That's every single city has had that. Like the amount of people, like my local as it was a fucking brilliant pub called the King's Head. It's got new owners now. It's a bit sad. And these pricks were just the nicest. We were in there. We had a lock-in one night, and but what it was we were just chatting to the owners, and they closed around us. And at 3 a.m, we were dashing like coasters at each other, and they kept going in the fire, so we were throwing burning coasters. But like that, which was great. But that pub was amazing in that you'd go outside, there'd be people doing anything, just in the smoking area, and they go to Scrat and go, guys, come on, just go down the alleyway where we can't see you. Come on, go do it there.
Make an effort to be like
right.
subtle. No, to be fair, Hannah and Kim, they came to the show once, and I also did the PowerPoint about them. Mm-hmm. Hannah used to be a landlord of a pub round by me, and they'd locked up, and like me and Kim were just talking to her before she went upstairs, and we went home, and this guy came up and was like, guys, anyone want to buy anything off me? And like, me and Kim were obviously like, no, thank you. So he turned to Hannah and was like, do you want to buy a small bag? And she was like, yeah, I'm the landlord. And he was like, I need to go to my car. He ran away.
He was like Homer Simpson going back into that head.
Back into the
To end this show, Hannah, can you read what H has just put in the chat?
Baby, come back.
By show, did Dave mean the internet connection?
To end the show, and that's it. He's frozen.
Yeah. No, we're back now. We're back now.
Okay.
Yeah, can you? Had I completely stopped for?
Yeah, you went to end the show.
So, right, okay. Because obviously it was working my end. To end this show, Hannah, would you like to read what H697 has put in the chat? Because I think that is a great thing to have stolen.
I thought you were going to make me do it in like a Wolverhampton accent.
I mean, you can if you want, but
no, I haven't practiced it now.
I think it is ruining it.
I stole a copy of the film Mean Girls from a mean girl.
Oh, it's so much Inception.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
I love
if I could stand, I'd be.
On that note, let's end it. Fucking hell, 1 hour 46 we've been rabbiting on for. This is supposed to be the lock-in. It's supposed to be quicker for some reason. Right, next week we're doing the normal show, and by God, is it going to be good? We're going to find out what Mike has been doing.
Yeah.
We're going to find out what,
It is
unless I come up
wild.
with another story between now and then, what I am so excited about with my story. Steph, you also have a story which you...
I'm going to talk about the best excuse I've ever come up with.
Hey!
How to commit to a lie.
Adam, I really, really want a pipe. And Hannah, have you got anything awesome that you're doing?
I obviously don't, because I never do until about 5 minutes before we start. So I'll think of something.
I think I have mine in my. I think I've got mine for next week. And it's all based. It's a friend's lie about me that got out of control.
Oh, I love them. I sometimes tell little white lies about people. So
See, you're the sort of prick that made this situation.
I remember
happen.
this. Wasn't there a thing about Neil?
Yes,
Redding,
I said to the staff at the arena that Neil, who runs the arena, for people who don't know, was a beekeeper. Right?
What a weird thing to record.
That's an amazing thing to say.
So,
that is amazing.
So that people would be going like eating some honey and being like, "You know about this, Neil?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, right."
Well, this is it.
Yeah, I like it.
I also imbibe honey.
And I don't know where this came from. It just kind of popped into my head.
People start buying him bee-themed gifts
and I went,
for like his birthday. And he's like, thanks.
You know,
really nice.
You know, Neil keeps bees, and they're like, "No, he doesn't. No, he does. Hasn't he?" So, I mean, it's just like a hobby. I went, I'll play a little bit of guitar here and there. You don't boast about it. You just do it. And yeah, I'd spoken to him. He keeps bees. No, he doesn't. He does, yeah. And then they started convincing themselves that I was right. Because Paul said to me, she went, I remembered this story of a bee had flown in to the theatre, and everyone was like, "Oh, kill it." And he was like, no. And like,
He loves
Kelly
me.
scooped it out and looked after it.
Because he's trained in how to do
So
it.
then Polvy's there going, so then I'm thinking, maybe he's a beekeeper.
Oh my god, I love doing stuff like that.
I
Liam
love the fact that
Thornton.
someone sat there going, you know what, I have seen him have honey on his porridge
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
Like,
I was in a room with
So it
Phil
must be
and a
true.
bee at the same time. So like, yeah.
maybe it was his bee. Maybe it was bring a bee to work day and none of us knew.
So
I was once in an Amdram group and I told everyone that, you know, like every Amdram group has got a small old lady who's like an old battle axe who like does the admin. And I told everyone that she was one of the original Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz. Because she was like this tiny little with a little pea head and really, really old and shriveled up. And I was like, yeah, because Stella was one of the Munchkins, when we were in the pub, and everyone was like, "Oh, shut up!" And I was like, "Yeah, no, she was the one that's like, whatever." And they honestly like that then spread through the things of being like people making Munchkin jokes and stuff, and nobody knew why. And I was like, and then disappeared one night.
Hannah, can you just do that Munchkin impression again, please?
click that
That's-
job.
Oh, I know exactly which Munchkin you're talking about now.
And it's like, oh no. They talk like that, don't they?
No, you killed the witch.
That's what they sound like.
Hannah, are you?
It's
Are
not
you
Wario.
okay? Are you
I don't know
okay?
if I've ever actually watched it now.
Um,
Maybe I dreamt those Munchkins, and they're like, "Oh no!"
John has just put this in the chat, and yeah, this was another one of mine. Liam Thornton, lovely Liam Thornton.
Love it.
I was sitting at 1448 with Pam, and for those that don't know, my real name isn't Dave Pitt. Yeah, I know, right?
Sorry,
but-
what?
No. I'll keep things separate, so I'll keep the real life and the.
I
creative
know
bit.
what his surname
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
I
don't.
do too.
Yeah, don't, because I'll keep everything separate.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like
but-
I've got the power
Questioning
now.
everything I thought I knew about life.
It's
So-
Hitler. That's
so-
why he wants to keep everything
It's Hitler,
separate.
yeah.
My surname's not Unwin, so you know.
It is.
Shut
So I was talking to Pam, and we was doing 1448 in Leicester, and Pam went, "It's weird how all these people know you as Dave Pitt, but I know you as your real name." And I'm like, yeah. I says, but you know, a lot of people do it. You know, Elton John isn't called Elton John. You know, all that kind of stuff. And then I went, oh, I mean, it's like Liam Thornton. Liam's real name's Greg. And she went, is it? Yeah.
Oh, but it's so convincing because you literally just had a true conversation about a fake name. So, it's so.
The thing is, though,
Oh.
it's such a boring lie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I love
that
about
you
it.
can't.
Yeah.
See, Dave, now I want to set you a challenge. You've got to make up a white lie about one of us and see how long it takes for it to get back to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And the second it gets back to us, we have to reveal it on here.
Yeah.
But how would you know? Oh,
Whisper
right.
campaign.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you've
I'm
already
so
done that.
excited.
You've already done that because you've told everyone I'm a freaking Tory.
Yeah. No. I'll come up with something. Because I can't be nasty about people. And I
No.
don't think that's nasty. It's just, for some reason, there's something in my head. It just really, really amuses me.
You've just got anarchy in your veins, Dave. That's what it is.
There is a bit of Discordianism going on there.
Yeah.
There really is, yeah.
I'm going to tumble this world one little white lie at a time. By the way, his name's Greg. Disappear into the night.
I did this when I was in Seattle for 1448. I did this weird thing where on the last day I kept changing my shirt.
like you're
I
a
just
demon.
go-
And then, like,
Yeah.
annoying existence of having changed the shirt.
Yeah, one person went, "Have you changed your shirt?"
Mm.
And I don't know why. It just amused me.
Did you just have lots of shirts you'd not worn that you'd packed too many and been like, fuck it, gonna use them all?
It's like when you're going for 3 days, but you take 17 days worth of underwear because you're planning on having at least 14 accidents.
you've got to think that way, haven't you? When you've got anxiety. You know about the crikey, we're really waffling on here. You know about you know about the laundrette, yeah?
No.
Oh, this was in the blog, right? I remember.
Yeah. So, let me find the picture. I was staying with people when I was there, and it was a family I was staying with. So obviously they have laundry facilities, yeah? But I suffer from anxiety. And I'd already worked out I wanted to take a small case because I suffer with anxiety, and I didn't want a case that was too big that they wouldn't let me on the plane with it, right? So I packed light. And then I'm like, so problem here is I haven't got an entire week's worth of clothes. I'm going to have to do a laundry. But it's fine. I'm staying with the family who have obviously got laundry facilities. Oh, but I suffer from anxiety. So I bet you any money their washer dryer's going to break down the week I'm there. Do they even have laundrettes in Seattle? Right? That was the train of thought. I then Googled laundrettes in Seattle. Right? And I found one. And it was the laundromat. Let me see if I could just very quickly find out exactly where it was. And I did a blog post about it before I went to Seattle going, so yeah, I've done this thing where I've Googled laundromats in Seattle because I'm panicking. And I've found this place, and it's a real shithole. Right? I mean, it was really bad.
The worst ranked one I can find is called Pinehurst Laundromat.
No, it wasn't that posh. The Fremont Avenue Laundromat. Right.
I'm so glad it's not just me that does that kind of shit before I go anywhere. I have to look it up on Google Street View and plan where I'm going to park and look at where all the things are and have it all in my head.
All that stuff. Yeah, Fremont.
I mean, that's just me. Well, I like to look at the steps into places.
Yeah.
That's important.
When people say they're accessible, you can't believe it.
So, sorry, I'm trying to do so many things at once. It's like I'm at work. Laundromat. And it's a proper shithole, this laundromat. And I'm like, that's a proper shithole, that is, isn't it? And when the people I was stopping with drove me round, and they were like, what do you want to go and see? And I'm like, well, I want to see the troll under the bridge. They've got a huge troll under the bridge. It's great. And I really want to go and see this laundromat. There's a picture of me outside the laundromat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The fact you've got that's going on the Instagram. The fact you've got the photo of it. Did they question and go?
I've never seen you look so delighted in anything.
That's on my Instagram. I will send you the picture so you can put it on the right.
So, what was their opinion of this whole journey?
Okay.
Why did you make this pilgrimage?
So it was just because it was such a shit-looking laundromat. I was like, oh, I've got it there, haven't I? And I've done a blog about it. So I put that photo up, and I just put, I fucking made it. Right? Pove has put, this could be my favourite picture ever.
Just like the world's happiest man at the world's shittest laundrette.
Man at the world's shittiest laundrette. I didn't go in. Jody, who I was staying with, Jody was driving me round, and we were going to all these places. And I said, I want to go to this laundromat. He said, yeah, it's up here. He didn't even get out the car.
He locks the door after you and sits there like.
I'm there outside the laundromat going.
He's taking his like gun out the glove box, ready for like.
Oh God. Right. Fucking hell. I spent an entire day doing test runs, travelling to different places. I had an interview, so I knew where it was, and how long it took me to get there.
Right.
I've done that every job interview I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, and I go on Google Street View and I zoom in on the parking restrictions sign, all blurry, and read it to be like Mondays to Fridays, like.
Whenever I do a gig, that's exactly what I do. I don't trust the websites that tell you how much the parking is. No, I go on Google Street Maps and I zoom in on the
thing. I do that as well. And I look on the reviews on Google where people have put pictures of the sign sometimes. So I'm like, okay, it's definitely £2, so I can.
The three, right, me and you are at the bottom of my screen, Hannah, and the other three at the top. They're just like.
Don't get it. It's fine.
I'm so glad this is my Tuesday. I know I'm not saying it, but it's real.
Let's fucking end this, for God's sake.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Ko-fi.com/stories from the smoke room. Follow us on the socials. We'll see you next week for wicked stories. This is going to be great. So say bye-bye to the YouTubes. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.